What's up guys, Petko here. I want to talk about something quite important. As I've already mentioned on the stream, we have been doing this for the past couple of years and I finally decided this to be something part of YouTube. We have a spreadsheet made by myself and mostly myself and the community called Choose Your Main, where we just pretty much try to numerically rank up every single specialization in the current state in Mythic Plus, how it plays out, how fun it is, what are their defensive and self-sustain utility, their single target damage, their AoE, and for now it's only for the DPS because it's still an experimental stage. But I decided to bring it up on YouTube and show you guys what I have been working for. First, we made that on the 13th of July, and today was the update. Actually, it was yesterday the update, live on stream, and we plan to update it every single Saturday. So pretty much what we came up from with is having a rank system between 1 and 10 for single target. Obviously, the higher the number, the better the single target in AoE would be. Utility marked between 1 and 5. 5 is the absolutely highest utility, 1 is the lowest. Defensive and self-sustain is kind of together between 1 and 5. 1 again being the lowest, 5 the highest. Player style and fun, how the spec itself plays out, rotation issues, you know, is it fun to play, etc. You know, like hero talents, co-animations. This is something that we consider once we talk about playstyle and fun. And last but not least, it's gonna be easy to play. How easy or difficult is that spec to play Mythic Plus? Again, this is purely for Mythic Plus so far. We have ranked it from 1 to 5. The lower the number is, the harder it is to actually play a spec. And the higher number is, the easier. Again, the way I see it is the higher the number, the better it's gonna be on the overall rankings, because majority of the casual players and majority of the player bases like to play something that is, you know, easier compared to something pretty hard. So once again, this spreadsheet has been going I don't want to say viral, but has become quite popular among my stream, my Discord, and other communities. So I decided to put it on YouTube and you know, share everything that has to be shared. Again, every Saturday we're gonna update this at 2 o'clock Central European time on my stream, live on Twitch. But I'm gonna run you down to some numbers right now that we have done so far. Again, the first thing you can see here is Arcade Mage actually having no rankings, because this week they received some nerfs, which was again stealthily reverted. It was kind of a big mixture, so we decided, you know what, last week they were 10 out of 10 everywhere. This week I'm gonna put it as a blank so far. I'm not gonna pretty much talk about that at all, because again, we didn't have the time that we needed to test it out, you know, to test the changes out. So next week we try better once we can see the full patch notes. Again, Augmentation Evoker, one of the strongest DPS so far in Mythic Plus. Not only makes your tank live or be more durable, your healer can heal more, your DPS can do more damage, and also have more durability. Genuinely the most overpowered pick so far for Mythic Plus. I highly recommend you guys, if you have never played Oak Evoker and you're looking to play something good, as of now speaking, Oak is extremely good everywhere. Again, one small advantage here would be not playing Oak, as if you're playing lower level keys, then perhaps Oak might not be the best choice out there. I'm not gonna go through every single one of the specs. You guys can take a look at them and play around, and you know, play around the filters of the spreadsheet. I'll link that below. You can examine this, but you know, several things that I wanted to note here. First thing, let's talk about BM Hunter, because this is something that people were quite curious. Why is BM Hunter, for example, 5 out of 5 everywhere? So again, a quick note here. This is done by myself mostly, and the community also helped a lot by the community. I mean, my community on Twitch. So BM Hunter, the reason why it's 5 out of 5 here is, while they do great damage with cooldowns on both single target and AoE, without cooldowns, the sustained damage profile is quite mediocre, if not low. It also feels quite a bland to play. Nothing severely has changed in terms of playstyle or visuals for the past couple of seasons. Hence why we gave BM Hunter only 1. Damage has been mediocre, that's why we gave it 5 out of 5 everywhere out of 10. Utility has been improving steadily, so that's why it's 2.5 out of 5. Perhaps this could have been a bit higher, but again, compared to the majority of the classes, let's say a Warlock, our Mage, Windwalker Monk, DK, etc., we decided to put it 2.5, although if I gotta be quite honest with you, probably deserves 3 or even higher on some of the key levels. And again, it depends with the whole setup and depends on the keys you're playing, because, you know, the ranking could definitely vary. But yeah, 2.5 right now is most definitely solid. Defensive self-sustain, much better defensives right now from Dragonflight into the War Within, double survival of the fittest, acceleration, turtle, extra HP from the pet, for example, extra HP on demand with your special ability on a pet, etc. So most generally a lot better defensive so far. And last but not least, easy to play, in my opinion, or in our opinion. PM Hunter is one of the easiest specs so far to play in Mythic Plus. So another popular another popular spec that people actually had, this is pretty much how we discuss every single spec and then we ranked it, but I'm just trying to give you a TLDR of it. So, you know, in case you're curious, another pick that people are curious mostly is Shadow Priest. Why is Shadow 6 and 6.5 out of 10 in terms of damage? Honestly, Shadow Priest compared to Dragonflight, it's night and day. The numbers are not quite there for them so far. The output seems to be rather mediocre compared to the rest of the specializations. And while they do good damage with cooldowns, off cooldowns again quite lacking out there. Perhaps if you put this in a god comp with, let's say, with a mage, with evoker, etc., they will most definitely do better. But as of now speaking, trying to rank it, I guess look at it as a standalone spec itself, I think slightly above average performance, aka 6 out of 10, is to be determined. Utility, nothing has changed for them. They have the same strong utility so far. One small note, the Mind Suit currently does not work in the War Within. It hasn't been working for the past couple of patches, since alpha pretty much, so it's been like almost 2 months. Defensiveness 3.5 out of 5. Again, I think that's pretty solid. Mental Fortitude. You have a Fate DR. Dispersion is kind of quite strong for you. Vampiric Embrace could be off healing you. You have a leech, not leech, but like self heal as well from your abilities. Desperate Prayer as well, right? You have the tools to live specific scenarios. Like again, this could be quite min-max, but you can also use the 10% DR coming from Flash Heal too. Again, one of the specs where, in my opinion, if you are a newer player, you might not be as proficient in surviving, but if you're a veteran, I think even more than 3.5 out of 5 is to be. Fun-wise, I think the visuals are quite there for Shadow so far. Quite well. I think for the majority of the part, people have been digesting playing Shadow Priest well. Although, again, nothing major has been shifting with their talents. The Entrophic Rift, if you play Void Weaver, for example, is quite nice in the big circle around them. You can you have nice quality of life changes with like Void Torrent being able to be casted while you're moving, etc. Hence why people have been enjoying it. Last but not least, easy to play, 3.5 out of 10 in terms of easiness. 3.5 out of 5 in terms of easiness is what we ranked it, which means it's slightly easier than average specs, which again, depending on the build here, could shift. This was tested with, I believe, non-Mindbender build, Spike build, etc. So yeah. So pretty much that's how we rumble across each class. If you guys want to see the whole conversation, it's like more than 5 hours across all the specs for DPS. You guys can click on this video here, watch the VOD. Next update is going to be on the 27th of July, 2 o'clock Central European time, live on Twitch, on my Twitch. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I have put the scoring system right here for you in case, you know, you forgot about it. One being the poorest, then being the best. And then easy to play, the higher the score, the easier the spec is, which is actually an advantage. Again, this is not a tier list. If you guys are interested into the tier list, right here is the current one for the War Within beta. I'm gonna click it real quick. Well, actually, I'm gonna leave it like this so you guys can take a look at that one. You know, once you decide yourself. But yeah, I think that's about everything so far, guys. Again, if you have any questions about any specialization so far, poke me on YouTube, comment, subscribe, and like it. And once again, every Saturday, 2 o'clock Central European time, gets to be updated. Every Sunday at 2 o'clock is the tier list update, which will go more in depth across each specialization and class, and we rank them against each other. Here is rather more like an individual ranking itself, just to, you know, see how you play yourself across multiple specs. Again, some people don't wanna acknowledge the single target AoE, for example. They'd rather not have the damage part. They wanna see the utility of the spec. They wanna see the defensive and playstyle and easy to play, etc. So people do not care about damage here. Hence why we've chosen to enable 2 columns. One is just only damage. One is just everything. And we had a third one which excluded damage. But yeah, you can also play around yourself. Anyway, peace out guys, have a good one, I'll see you around next time.